Captain show up there. It's backwards. And what we're going to do today, a couple of interesting things. One is let me just start this on another screen so I can manage the chat properly, right? So let's go over here. We're live, and we're going to like it. I'm going to add my normal type show link to drop link and show link to drop link. So that's good. So what this is about today is let's just I want to see if I can see this on this other screen as well. You're live. Let's see, make sure we have some sound. Okay, we're live. We're live for love. Carrie Velasco, thank you for coming by. So what what this is about today is let's make sure. Do we have sound? Yeah, we have sound. That's good. Excellent. Is Chicken Explorers? Thank you for coming by. Oh my God! I really. Oh my God! I appreciate that so much. I appreciate that so much. Working on that 4,000 watch hours, and yeah, every second, every minute, every hour does help. So today, let's actually edit video in the studio here, and we're going to say, Sailing Cook George, um, live creating AI images for channel. So let's save that. That's perfect. Live. Okay. Minor typo in there, but that's okay. We'll ignore that for the time being. And hey, Big USA. Hey, Big USA. Thank you for coming by. I really do appreciate your uh, your attention. Now, trying to do two things. One is, yeah, I need some photos to for my channel. So one of the things I've come to the conclusion is that um, this picture of a boat that I have is wonderful, and at one point I thought this was going to be a channel about sailing, but did not get that much attention. And very few people go sailing, but everybody eats, so that means most people end up cooking. And hey, Chicken Explorer, yeah, thank you. So I want to change this image. Now I've been playing with AI, and I'm actually taking a course on AI, and you learn something every day. So I want to do that. So what I plus we're talking about doing a cookbook of all of this. Pardon me. Let's just go back to me. A cookbook of all of this, and it needs pictures. So as I'm going along, I'm taking pictures of what we're cooking here. Where is one of my? How come I can't find that? Oh, there we are. Um, let's go find some of the pictures, and we'll zoom in on one because we'll talk about that for a few seconds. Food clips, there we are. And now let's find the thing that just went live today, which is Trillionaires Hot Dogs and Beans. And Trillionaires, hey Maria Garola, thank you for coming by. I really do appreciate your your dropping by to see what I'm up to. And I'm not subscribed to you, but I will do that if you wish. Not a lot of content there, but let's subscribe to you. And let's give you a wrench so you can network with other people. So what was I saying? Oh yeah, okay. So this is you go away, I think. Um, this is the folder of all the videos for. Let's just turn this back to the computer. And so we're not going to have my pretty face. We're going to just talk about computer stuff. And one of the first thing we're trying is this. I'm recording this on the phone because I believe YouTube pushes out vertical lives more than they push out computer-based lives. Now, I've watched other computer-based lives, and I see people with very good high volumes of uh, of viewers and therefore I assume watch hours. Um, the last one I did of editing, I did from the phone, and I got much better, 4 times as many views, um, only twice as many viewers, because that's viewers as you, as people, um, and twice the watch hours from the phone. Now, the thing about people watching it on the phone, of course, you can only watch one live at a time, and I always watch 2 or 3 or 4 lives because I'm supporting 2 or 3 or 4 people, and I sort of flip through them, and some I turn off the sound, and some of them I keep it going, especially music channels. I keep the music going, and my good friend Arizona Jake, who liked my last recipe, and what am I doing here? There we go. So that's good. Now, so we're hoping that he's a Caesar Mocha. Hey, Samuel, thank you for coming by. I really appreciate that. If I haven't subscribed to you, once I have a copy of the chat, I will definitely do so. Um, it is my intention to subscribe. Samuel, you're going subscriber one video from earlier this year. So if you want a subscriber, let me know, and I'm yours. Sub for sub. I know some people say sub for sub is not a good way to manage a YouTube channel, but I will definitely manage a YouTube channel. Hey, Derek, thank you for coming by. Appreciate the view, and I think some of these people again I'm going to get because of the verticals being pushed out by YouTube. So let's do that. So anyway, so this is my what's the phone upset about? Who knows? So this is my video from the last recipe, and I always take pictures of what I'm making. Right. So here we're cutting up a sausage, and this is not a bad photo. A bit of crap on the corner here. We can take that out. The knife has got a little bit of stuff here that for a photo for a cookbook I'd probably take out. And so here we are, we're cooking, and this is beans and some sausage and some cheddar cheese. So it's actually it is a nice picture. I did something different. I put a white background behind this instead of seeing the crap on the floor. Hey Eminem, thank you for coming by. Always appreciate you. I missed your last internet static or shortwave static thing, but that is always enjoyable to listen to shortwave static. Eminem, marijuana, Marianne crossdresser. It does some interesting sounding kind of things in the background. So these are photos taken with the camera, and so this is the finished dish, and it's not bad, right? It's let's just turn the camera just a hair. It's so some nice color. This piece of tomato. What I've been doing is saving bits of food before it has gotten all cooked, so that it retains its shape. So the piece of tomato should be more round than this. So these are a couple of things that that I should have done better as a photographer. Hey, Chicken Explorer. Yeah, hang in there, hang in there, hang in there. We're going to get into the AI generation of this one. I guess we'll do that one next because I did some work with it. So it's not a bad picture for a thumbnail. And in fact, I ended up using it for the video. But I'm wondering whether I can make it look better because I see some people have beautiful pictures of food. Here's a blob of mustard. It doesn't really look like a blob of mustard, right? It looks like something crawled off the side of the plate. So that's my camera shots of this particular dish. So I started playing around with AI because where is my food AI images? I started playing around with AI because I'm interested in AI, and as a photographer, I don't want to admit that AI is better than me. I'm convinced that it's not, but I think it has some validity. So what I did yesterday is I took this AI course from, I believe it's from Metropolitan University in Toronto. It's a Zoom course. I can't even remember how I got into it. And they've got a speaker. She's talking about a bunch of things. One of the things she's talking about is AI video and AI YouTube automation and AI podcast automation. So there's some interesting stuff happening in there that is worth looking at. So what this is, these are, she talked about Nano Banana. So I'd heard about Nano Banana, like 2 months ago. It's a YouTube thing, YouTube Gemini tool app that does images from text. It does a bunch of other stuff, but it does images from text. So here, these are some of the text prompts that I asked it to generate, and I'm going to look at. So number one is okay. So this is the first one. So this is the first one that I asked Nano Banana to generate, and what I asked it to do was this prompt here: generate a close-up image. Oh no, number one, generate a close-up image or 45-degree view of a bowl of beans and sausages with a garnish of shredded cheddar cheese on a tablecloth with a red on a table with a red check tablecloth with green leaves in the distance and a fork on the right side. So this is very similar to what I'm doing in camera, right? Where did my camera pictures go? Where's my YouTube food? Where did we lost the trillium. Oh, there we are. Open a new window. So here, this is my camera picture. This is where's my AI picture? Too many things at the same time. So this is AI. This is camera. And it's not bad. I mean, this is real and this isn't. Is that a problem? I don't know if it's a problem. I didn't tell it about a layer of toast in the bottom because we've got some toast here. But let's bring this closer so you can see it in the. Let's make it smaller so that we can see them both on the screen. I guess that's the disadvantage of using the phone. The phone picture is smaller. Okay, so there we are. And I'm not unhappy with the generated one over here. Here I garnished it with cheese, but I didn't do a very good job. And my excuse is I'm directing and talking and thinking and photographing and cooking all at the same time. And I'm trying to do too many things at once, but that's only an excuse. A decent pile of cheese would have helped this picture. Now, so then I decided, so this is Nano Banana, and the pictures are small. The pictures are only 1,000 pixels wide, 1024 wide, which is pretty small. But I did blow it up to be this one. Is this the large one? I think, yeah, I blew it up. And the quality of the blow up is actually pretty good. So it's 4,000 pixels wide. This other one is 6,000, 7,000 pixels wide. Um, but even for a cookbook, for the web, both are adequate. Even for a cookbook, um, 2,000 pixels wide at 150 pixels an inch is still a 6-inch picture. So that's more than you need for for a cookbook. Anyway, so I like this. I went back to my good friend's Nano Banana. Is this Nano Banana again? I think it is Nano Banana. Generate an image taken from a low angle of the rear boat. Where is my? I'm looking for the prompt. I'm looking for this picture. Okay, so this is slightly different because I wanted a nautical theme. So I mean, this could be the end of the marina, looking out into Lake Ontario. So it's it's pretty good. And here I asked it for rounds of toast. So which? Okay, so this one is ChatGPT. Um, because I wanted to try ChatGPT again. I've used it for a couple of pictures, but I wanted to do it with ChatGPT um, to see if it was any better. And maybe we'll go back to Nano Banana and regenerate this particular um, prompt. Generate a close-up image of a 45-degree view of a blue plate of beans and wieners on a bed of rounds of toasted baguette with a garnish of shredded cheese on a table with a blue tablecloth and the seaside horizon in the distance and a fork on the right side. So basically, it's what I asked for. And if we come back to this guy, pardon me, let's just make this smaller so it fits on the screen. Different angle. This is 45 degrees. This one is 45 degrees. This one is a lower angle. And the lower angle shows the food a little bit more dynamically. It doesn't show all the details, but it does show it more dynamically. And it did a very nice job of the rounds of bread. It's aligned the little pieces of sausage here very nicely. If I'd asked it for bits of tomato, I'm sure I would have put them in. So I'm not unhappy with this picture. When I went live with the video, hey, Gospel Jenna, thank you for coming by. Appreciate it. I haven't seen you in a while. I don't think I've been to your channel in a while either, so I will. Once we're over here, I'll go through the chat, get a copy of the chat, and make sure I spend time with everybody that's taken the time to spend some with me. And I guess if I turned this monitor sideways, then it would fit the size of a phone better, wouldn't it? That'd be interesting. Maybe we'll try that next time. We'll try that. Anyway, so this is not a bad picture, and I really like it. I don't like this one as much, but this was the first YouTube Google Nano Banana one. It was pretty good. Just to talk more about these things. So here, I asked it to do some sailboat pictures, right? So here, let's just view larger icons. I wanted some sailboat pictures. I have a sailboat, so I don't really need to have fake pictures. But what I want, again, for my cookbook, is the boat sort of at anchor, because I'm talking about cooking, possibly on a boat or on a beach, or at home. In fact, most of my recipes are now being done at home because the boat's out of the water. And so I asked it for a bunch of pictures of boats. And mine is a Hunter 320. This is not a Hunter 320. I don't know what this is. Maybe a Catalina. It doesn't really show. it's not a bad picture. I said at anchor, it's got a mooring ball. It's a weird boat because it's got two radar dishes. Although this could be a TV dish, I don't know what this thing is. Is it supposed to be a flag, or what is it? Or is it just a piece of crap floating in the water that the system couldn't deal with? The Yeah, I'm curious what kind of boat it is. It doesn't. I'm going to say it's probably a Catalina, um, because they have it's about the shape of a Catalina. And then I didn't like that one, so I said, okay, I want the stern of a boat. That's not ChatGPT. That's fine. Okay. So then I said I want the stern of a boat. Is this ChatGPT? Bear with me. Let's find the text. This is image number 4. Image number 4. Okay, so this is still Google. Generate a photo image taken from a very low angle from the rear of a 32-foot sailboat with the sails furled at anchor in the bay with low green trees in the background. So that's pretty. That's pretty nice. They did a different boat. It doesn't have the radar dish up here. It's I didn't ask for 100. I guess it's still moored, so it's still mooring. Um, it's not a bad picture of a boat. Can't tell what flag this is. Maybe U.S. Harder to tell. Um, but generally, it's a nice boat. The So then I wanted to get back to my boat, and then so then I wanted to play with it a little bit, and I said to Hey Life Paula, thank you for coming by. Yeah, AI images for cooking, but also I need pictures of AI images for this cookbook project, and I wanted to have pictures of a boat to set the scene for some of the items. And but I wanted to play with it, so I said, okay. It asked, "Do you want to add anything?" So I said, "Okay, I'll add something." I said, "Add a blonde young Caucasian woman in a red bikini sitting on the swim platform." So this boat, the swim platform is here. There's a little piece of a sitting point down there, um, that you people would sit in and um, have their feet dangling in the water. I'm just curious here. See, so this is an AI thing. So the bubbles under here and this wake here suggests the boat is moving. So it says actually it built this picture out of a picture of a moving boat, and you wouldn't see this on a boat at moored. If you're saying there's a really strong current or tide flowing this way, then you wouldn't have these smooth ripples in this direction. So AI is making stuff up, but it was still a relatively nice picture of a boat. Anyway, so I wanted a blonde sitting on the swim platform. It said it could not. First of all, it said it could not generate a specific person because I asked for a Caucasian woman, and then it said so I took out Caucasian and resubmitted it. And then it said the image generation does not follow our content policy. So Google does not want us drawing pictures of generating pictures of women in bikinis, which is kind of sad because women in bikinis are half of the population on every beach in most of the world. So I said, okay, so much for that. So that's when I went over to ChatGPT. Why ChatGPT? Because I've used it before to do various food things. Um, we'll bring one back after we finish talking about this boat thing. So ChatGPT gave me this boat. Generated a close-up image, a 45-degree. Oh no, that's the boat. Here. Generate a photo image taken from a very low angle. If you want to see the prompt, here it is. Generate a photo image taken from a very low angle from the rear of a 32-foot sailboat with the sails furled at anchor in a bay with low green trees in the background. So this was ChatGPT. Now, ChatGPT, you can't, it won't generate pictures unless you have an account. I have the free account, and I got this picture. It's nice. I wanted wide. This is tall, but that will do for a cookbook. Now, it's not my boat. No idea what this round thing is on the corner here. And no idea what this thing is going in here, because an anchor line would be off the bow, not off the stern. Is there anything else wrong with this? No idea what this thing is floating around in the sky here. The rest of the wires are okay. The masthead rig is a little bit weird and wonky up here. Not sure what this is supposed to be, but it's realistic enough from a distance. The bimini looks really nice. Not sure where I guess this is supposed to be the Traveler and the main sheet. But again, it's only an issue if you're trying to find things wrong with it. No stern light. But it generated a nice low angle, a much nicer low angle picture than Google did. So then I said, okay, now let's try and get my blonde back, right? So then I said, what did I say here? I'm looking for, oh, okay. So then I did this food item here, and ChatGPT only allows 2 pictures at a time. So my reset is at 8:35 today, so we'll go back out there. So I guess then I did go back to Gemini and asked it to generate a close-up. This is image number 8. Generate a close-up image taken from a very low angle from the rear of a 32-foot sailboat with okay, I lied. Somewhere here. Yeah, let's do this one first. Generate a close-up image of a low angle from the rear of a 30-foot sailboat with sails furled at anchor in the bay, green trees, with a blonde young woman in a red bikini sitting on the swim platform. So I went back to Gemini because I figured, okay, maybe if I just change the wording of my person, I didn't put Caucasian in here, so maybe it's not unhappy with me asking for a blonde young woman. And it did generate that for me. So here is my my blonde young woman on the swim platform. Well, she's not on the swim platform. She's on the front of the boat. She's blonde, youngish, red bikini. Happy with that. It is anchored this time. It's not a mooring. And it's altogether a nice picture. I don't know what this anchor thingy is here. The something missing in here. There's no running lights anywhere to be seen. There's only one jib sheet coming down here, and this rope here is much thicker than this line here, which is what would be wrapped around. And outside of that, it's a nice picture. It's a nice picture, except she's not on the back of the boat. Now, does it make any difference from a point of view of suggesting an idyllic day floating in a bay somewhere and cooking beans and wieners? The captain cooking the beans and wieners and the crew enjoying themselves on the front of the boat. So I wasn't happy with this addition of a swim platform. And so I asked it, basically, again, generate a close-up image taken from a low angle, the stern of a 32-foot sailboat, furled with a blonde young woman in a red bikini. What happened to the red bikini? Oh, this one was the blue bikini, right? Let's just change this blue. Hey, sweetie Mitch. Thank you for coming by. I haven't seen you in a while. That's not true. I think I was watching you for a few minutes earlier in the week. Let's give you a wrench. Nice to have you aboard. So this is my second iteration of um, a woman in a bikini sitting on a boat. It's still not a swim platform. It's still the bow. But it's a nice looking boat. It's not my boat. I don't think that matters. This time they got the jib sheets right. Um, Running light on that side, no running light on this side. Weird anchor thing. Um, but all together, not a bad looking, um, not a bad looking sailboat. It so it may be usable as a mood setting picture for a cookbook. Now, this one, what picture is this? This is picture number 5. So this was generated by ChatGPT. Generate a photo image taken from a very low angle, the rear of a Hunter 320. So my boat is a Hunter 320. 32-foot sailboat with a sails furled at anchor in a bay with low green trees in the background. 4:3 aspect ratio. So it's not 4:3, it's 3:4. But that could be my fault. I might have clicked on the wrong setting there. So it says Hunter 92. It's not 320. The font is correct, but normally this name is about here on the boat, so it's obviously not real. No stern light. Um, Generally, the boat itself looks okay. Again, it's good for setting the mood of something. The swim platform's okay. Generally, it's not a bad looking boat. And if I was going to Photoshop this thing, I would change the word Hunter. Now, the thing about the Hunter 320, all of the boats since about 1998 have a roll bar that goes up here to support the main traveler and the bimini. So this is also not a Hunter. This is not sure what this might be. Beneteau. It's got the walk-through transom, but the walk-through transom looks radically different. So it's, I don't know if we can find a picture of the boat. No, we can't. I'm not going to take the time now to find a picture of the boat. Hey, Aussie Chick, thank you for coming by. I haven't seen you in a long time. I have apologized. I have not been to your channel. I will make a note of that and do so. I think, yeah, you do have a whole bunch of content. I thought you might have been a person that had no content. Anyway, so these were some interesting iterations of a boat. Now, when you have hot dogs and beans, nobody knows what hot dogs and beans are supposed to look like, right? We got beans, they look like beans. We got pieces of red thing that look like hot dogs, and I asked it for the cheese, so it's acceptable. When I'm asking it for a Hunter sailboat, it would be nice if it was a Hunter. Now, if it scraped all these pictures off of the internet, that boat is on the internet hundreds of times. It and for sales and in Hunter Marlowe. Let's do a fast search. Google Images. Hunter 320. They only made it for 2 years. So here, there's tons of them, right? That's not a 320. That is, yeah, that's the same size as mine. Let's see if we can find a decent looking picture of it. Might even find mine lying here, floating around here somewhere. Let's find the Hunter 320. Stern view. Facebook. Let's see if it opens up. Yeah, so that's not the front view. That's the stern view. I guess somebody's trying to sell it, but it's got this roll bar here, and the anchor, the thing is different. The windows are different. It's not the same boat. Um, Yet you'd think that Google would have scraped. This is Google Images. So the search of all the images that Google has indexed somewhere. I don't know. I'm sure if we find mine, Hunter 320 Whiskey Dream. Let's see, Whiskey Dream. We got some whiskey. We don't have the boat. Okay. Anyway, so that was interesting, and it's worth spending time on it. Now, what am I going to try to do today? I want to get back to looking at food pictures. I'm trying to remember. So these are previous iterations of food that I had done. These are all ChatGPT. I have not wanted to invest in ChatGPT yet. Not wanted to invest in Midjourney. Mac and cheese with bacon. I don't know. Does that look like bacon? I guess it does. It's sort of right on top. There's no cheese or sauce or anything on them. It's not a bad picture. I wouldn't put it in a cookbook to sell people on my recipe. This was supposed to be salmon in an Asian pattern bowl on a bamboo mat, fried rice. So this has got to be the strangest looking fried rice that I have ever seen. The pieces of salmon aren't bad, but the peas are okay. But these things, I don't know. They don't look like rice. They look like quinoa or something. And the other one that I did here, so this is plain mac and cheese. It's not bad. It's not bad. And this is poached salmon on rice with parsley garnish from ChatGPT. Mr. Russian, thank you for coming aboard. So we're doing AI, talking about AI photos of food for thumbnails and for a cookbook. So this isn't a bad picture. It looks a little bit like it's made out of plastic because I guess this asks for poached salmon. So poached, you would have no brown edges or anything like that. It's pretty respectable. I thought that was a good picture. That's the last one. That's the last one of the ones that I did when I wanted to see if this was any good. And how old is this picture? It was done in July 7th, so only a couple months old. So today what I want to do, I want to go and look at another. I wanted to look at generating my beans and wieners in Adobe. So let's close that. Let's fire up Photoshop. And this isn't Firefly, but it has the built-in Firefly thing. So let's create a new empty canvas. How big? 4,000. We don't need to make it too big. The issue with all these things is that they're generated small, and if you try to blow them up, they look pretty crappy. Let's just let's make it 4,000 pixels by 3,000, and black as background. Okay. And what we're going to do is we're going to generate an image to fill this. Now, I haven't done this in a few months. Edit, generate image. And so it's giving me a bunch of things here. Content type is not art. We want a photo. Style, we don't have reference image. We don't want any effects on it. None. So we don't want any effects. but I'm going to give it the same prompt that we gave ChatGPT with the blue plate and the ocean horizon in the background. And so let's paste that exactly the same prompt in there, and let's hit generate. Now I pay for Photoshop, so I think I get an unlimited number of images. It's never complained. Um, I've never used it to generate food. Um, I've used it to generate backgrounds for pictures that I've taken. So here we are, hot dogs and beans. So it's got like a full hot dog, and it's supposed to be on top of the bread, not bread on the side. Um, it's got the ocean background. That's kind of good. So this is an interesting way of doing hot dogs and beans. This is really beans with hot dogs. Now, Adobe always gives you 3 different iterations. That looks better. Let's just go back to the first one. What happened to my cheese? Oh, they put the cheese on the bread. So that's not what I was expecting. This is closer to what I was expecting. I like the ocean. The quality, let's see, 100%. Isn't bad. Yeah, look at that. That's really good quality. That's really good quality. No sharpening effects, no fuzziness. For a 4,000 pixel wide image. This is the advantage over the free ChatGPT and the free Google. Now, paid Midjourney, I think, does bigger images. So let's see what the next one looks like. The next one, again, so they're back to the full sausage with some beans on the side. Not what we were hoping for. Even here, there's no sausage, no hot dog. Oh yeah, there it is, some bits and hiding there. So maybe we need to change our prompt a little bit so that let's just keep track of what I'm doing here. What time is it? 9. So we've got some time, right? We've got time. I've got time. If you've got time, let's make it image now. So this is today, 2025, 11:10, Photoshop. And let's put in that prompt. But we're going to, so this is number 10. So what would we have to do here to make this more representative? Generate, add close-up image, might as well speak English. A 45-degree view of blue plate. So that's not a 45, that's not 45 degrees. It might be 45 degrees. Beans, and with a plate of baked beans, although it didn't have any problem with, and sliced hot dog. Okay, sorry, that's number 11. Let's just save number 10. 10. Okay, number 11 is going to be generate a close-up on hot dogs on a bed of rounds of toasted baguette with a garnish of shredded cheese. Okay, let's move the garnish of shredded cheese back to here so that it doesn't think the cheese belongs on the bread, but the cheese belongs on the beans on the table with the blue, blah, blah, blah. So the rest of that looks okay. So this is, I'm going to change this. I'm going to save this. I'm going to save this image because I think it's actually not a bad image. So file, save as. I'm going to save it as a Photoshop file. I'm going to save it as a DNG because that preserves the quality better. Let's see, where are we saving this? Here, food AI images. Not Photoshop, let's go DNG, PNG. Let's go PNG, and this is image number 10. And let's put it in this folder called, I call it Nano Banana, but I guess we're putting a bunch of stuff in here. And save it. I want a large file. I want it compressed. And let's get rid of this. We don't want anything else here. Let's go back here and go back to our empty screen. Edit, generate image. The same thing. Oh no, that's not it. Sorry, I'm wrong. Let's get the new version of this thing where I've changed the order of things. And I've specified sliced hot dog. It's a photo. We don't want anything else. I'm curious if I gave it a reference image, whether it would do a better job. But let's go generate and see what we're going to get out of it this time. So the okay, so it's still got full sausages. I said sliced, full sausages. So none of these is giving us, like beans and wieners, I think is universally accepted to be cut up pieces of wieners in a sauce. Okay, so none of these are any good, right? We're not going to bother asking it to regenerate it because it's going totally in the wrong direction. Let's go back to the beginning and let's give it a reference image. We're going to go with the latest prompt, but for reference image, choose an image. Where's my own images? Can't I use my own image? Okay, there lets me choose an image. So I'm going to take this one because I thought this was pretty good. Or should I take the one that I did? Let's try with this one. Do I have the right to use that image? Yes. Generate. In my next version of this, I'm going to give it the image that I took with my own camera. Okay, so we still got rounds of bread, garnished cheese. I don't know. It doesn't understand. I want to change the prompt. Don't waste your time. Cancel. Let's change the prompt. Instead of calling slices of cheese, we're going to have cut up. Let's go cut up pieces of hot dogs. And we're going to save this. And we're going to call that image number 12. Save that as reference. I always save the whole prompt in case I want to do the thing over again. Okay, let's generate this new version. And maybe I should, instead of saying on a bed of rounds of bread, maybe we'll say on top of rounds of bread. It's not getting anywhere, right? It doesn't understand hot dogs and beans. So is this worth continuing? Probably not. Um, Probably not. Let's go over to ChatGPT. I don't want to bother saving that. No, I don't want to save any of that. Let's zoom over to our friends at ChatGPT and see what it's going to generate for this latest prompt. I have to sign in, right? ChatGPT. Yes, go there. Does it think I'm signed in? It doesn't think I'm signed in, I think. Okay, let's ask it to generate it. And photo image, got to make sure it's photorealistic. I think it's going to tell me I have to log in. No, it's not. I guess it remembers me because this is all a Google ChatGPT Google login, and let's see what it gives us. So I don't know if it allows me 2 or 3 images. Doesn't that look similar to what we had before? Tablecloth is different. The horizon is different. I like this one better because the bits of food are at an angle. Oh, this was This was Gemini, not ChatGPT. Let's save it. I like it. So this is number 11, number 12. Yeah, so the previous version was Google. This is... And let's go back to our sailboat. Where's our sailboat? I'm lost. Let's just go back here. Because one of the things I want to do is get a picture of a salmon steak. So let's do the salmon steak in the next few minutes. Because the salmon steak that I did on the boat barbecue, it broke when I took it off. So I don't have a good picture of a... and we can do that in ChatGPT, Gemini, and Adobe and see which gives us the best. 13. A photo of a grilled salmon steak. You got to assume it knows what salmon is, what a salmon steak cut is, as opposed to salmon fillet. Salmon steak with a sprinkle of red spice, because I put on that Old Bay spice. Red spice works better when you can spell. Sprinkling red spice on a we'll go with slices of zucchini, because I used zucchini in that first in that attempt, the live attempt. How do you spell zucchini? There it is. On a blue plate, resting on a woven placemat with and ocean horizon in the distance. Again, let's push this nautical theme. Photo, let's get the spelling right, of, and we'll see how many photos ChatGPT allows me to generate. I think it's maybe 2 for the non-paid version, might be 3. Let's give it a try. So did I save this? I think I did save this. Where did my food pictures go? Oh, AI food pictures. ChatGPT November 10. There we are, image number 12. Okay, so let's bring our good friend ChatGPT back in here and ask it for this new picture. A photo of a grilled salmon steak. And let's see what it has to say. ChatGPT can make mistakes. Yeah, sure. Let's see what it does. And let's see how many iterations it will give us before it craps out. It's thinking, going around in circles. Interestingly, ChatGPT's image layout is square. I think you can extend it. Oh no, I can't remember who I was. Maybe it's Midjourney that does the extending. Let's see what it generates here. So it's a nice horizontal image, 5:9. Okay, so that is not a salmon steak. That is a blob of salmon. The zucchini is good. I have sliced of zucchini. I guess slices either way would make sense. So let's save it just in case. This is image number 13. How can I change this? See, if it doesn't know the salmon steak is always cut crosswise. You'd see the bone in the middle. So let's give up on this. This is just not going to work. Let's zoom over to Google AI Studio. Google Gemini. Okay, I'm logged in, so it should not give me a hard time. Ask Gemini. Tools, create images. Okay, so I want to create an image. And let's give it the same prompt. Ocean horizon in the distance. Let's whatever. Somewhere it gave me the ability to change the aspect ratio. I don't know where that went. So that's number 13. Number 14. Back to Gemini. I don't want Google to be my personal assistant. Okay, so this looks more like a real piece of fish, but it's not a steak. It's a fillet-ish kind of thing. Let's save it anyway. Oh, there's the download. So this is 14. Redo. Okay, so it's going to redo it all by its own. but I was going to change the prompt to be, is that any different? More zucchini. Okay, so there's no point in that. That's not giving us what we wanted. How can I describe a salmon steak? Oh, okay, so I'm going to give it, no. Okay, so this isn't giving us anything that we particularly want from a salmon steak. How can I describe a salmon steak? This is a salmon steak. Let's go back and find our proper salmon steak. Let's go find our proper salmon steak. Where's the salmon steak? I lost my salmon steak. Where is salmon steak? Food clips. Salmon steak. This is a salmon steak. I'm not sure how to describe it any better than that. Let's go over to our friends at Photoshop and see if we've got anything better. Again, 4x3. New 4,000 by 3,000. Perfect. Let's make it a white background. I don't know why it chose black. I must have been doing something. And we want to edit, generate an image. So the image we're going to generate Photoshop, image number 15. A photo of a grilled salmon steak. Let's go center cut. I mean, center cut is pork chops, center cut, but that might imply that it includes the belly. Center cut, and then we can always change that a little bit, including slices of zucchini. Okay, so that's not bad. I had flat slices, but the rounds make as much sense. In you go. Let's let it generate. And see what our good friends at Adobe are going to do to us. Okay. It's actually not bad. So it's half a salmon steak. But is that a salmon steak? Let's just go to Google Images again. Where did my Google Images go? And see if I search for salmon steak, what it gives me. Google Images, salmon steak. See, this is salmon steak. This is not salmon steak. Salmon steak, salmon steak, salmon steak. So the world knows that salmon steak is this slice here, where it's through the body and with some of the belly. Through the body, some of the belly. Through the body, some of the belly. I don't think my pictures are here, but grilled salmon steaks. You look at that. So obviously, but they're calling this a salmon. So that's salmon fillet, right? So that's fillet. What is this? Salmon fillet. Salmon. Now here they're calling it salmon steak. Here they're calling it No idea what they're calling it. Seared salmon. Okay, so the world knows what a salmon steak is. It's not me. Let's see what the other versions are before we give up completely. Okay, let's go back and change. So what am I going to, how am I going to change this? Center cut. Why don't I add, I'm going to save this picture. Let's just, we've taken the time to invent this thing. I like this. This is not a bad picture. It's good. The fish looks good. The plate looks nice, nicer than my own plates. Let's save this file. Save as. This was number 14, right? 15. 15. And we'll save it as a PNG again. PNG. Where's PNG? Oh, there you are. Large file size. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to change this word slightly. Center cut both sides, belly and back. That's going to be number 16. So basically I've changed this to be, to describe the both sides, belly and back, a little bit better. Let's see what it says. Okay, we've been talking for an hour, so I'm sort of at the point of needing to go off and do something else. It's not bad. Oh, wonderful. Look at that. Look at that. See? So we got both sides. So I guess it needed that. I guess we'll take this back to Gemini. Is Gemini still open? Who's open here? Gemini is still open. ChatGPT we've given up on. I think ChatGPT might have timed out, but let's give it a try anyway. So this was this is a wonderful looking picture. Wonderful picture. There's a bit of rosemary on there. I don't know what that's doing there. Look at that. Oh my God, that's the. So this replaces my crappy one that fell apart when I took it off the grill. And except that, okay, what I'm going to do, I'm going to save this. So how many do I have here? Let's save a couple of these. These are all number 16, right? 16, file. I'm going to save them as Photoshop files. No, if I save them as Photoshop files, the file is going to be like a gigabyte big because it's going to save all of these different versions. So let's go with PNG again. PNG. Hello, PNG. Where did you go? There you are. PNG 16. 16-1. I love these. These are, this is a nicer angle, more poetic. What are we gonna do? Maybe I'll actually put them on that as a thumbnail for that video and see if it gets some more views. It's not getting a lot of views. I think it's only got like 100 views, and I really wanted it to get more. Save as PNG 16-2. So far, Photoshop is doing a much better job than um, ChatGPT or Google. And let's save this guy as well. He's not as nice, but he looks a little bit more. When I did it on the boat, right, it flipped over and it was ugly looking piece a little bit. Um, 16-3. Let's save that as well. Save as, where are we? I like this. This is giving us, get something in my eye. Save as, where's save as? There it is, save as. PNG. Where are you, PNG? 16-3. So that's actually a good salmon steak. And those pictures are pretty good. So I'm going to make one more change. And I'm going to change, so 17. It's going to be the same prompt, but I'm going to change it and with a sprinkle with slices with longitudinal lengthwise. Let's call this lengthwise. Lengthwise. Why did I do lengthwise? Because the problem with those little round guys is that they fall through the hole in the grill, and then you got to dig them out, and they're in the crap that's in that been in the grill since the last barbecue. So let's do one more iteration of this with the lengthwise. Oh, and let's cheat and let's put an ocean horizon with a sailboat in the distance. Sailboat with a sailboat in the distance and an ocean horizon. Let's see what that does in the distance. So really it's the word distance is redundant. Let's go through here and do this again. Hey, wake up. So we've got lengthwise cuts of zucchini and we're going to sailboat on the horizon. Let's take it to the limit. I like that water. It's a nice color. I don't know what this thing is here, a seawall. Okay, that's not what I wanted. So now we're back to this weird cut. Okay, so this is here. This boat is, that's weird as well. As an illustration, it will work. Let's save this one. So that's 17. File save as. PNG. Yeah, PNG. $17. Save. Okay, let's close that. Okay, do I want to save the whole mess? No. I do want to go back to our friends at, who's this? Our good friends at ChatGPT and try this. Let's see if they will let me do one more image. Oh, yeah. Hasn't rejected this yet. So this is Gemini. Okay, this is Gemini. This isn't chat. We'll go back to chat in a minute then. Same thing, right? Didn't make any difference. Oh, there's a sailboat this time. That's pretty sad. Okay, let's go back to chat. ChatGPT. I don't know. Is ChatGPT in this slot? ChatGPT. There we are. Let's see if it'll let us generate one more. You are out of tokens. Not yet. And then I think we're going to say thank you for coming by. I've still got a few people watching. As I say, I'll go back, and anybody that I missed, I will definitely come back and say see you. That's generating over there. Let's create a folder for today's adventures. New folder 2025 1110 live AI images. It's getting slower, so I guess it's running out of free stuff. Let's see what it does. Come on there, computer. Wants me to upgrade. Yeah, I'm not going to do this now. Do that later. Okay, let's see what we got here. Oh, okay, so that's getting close. I mean, it's a little bit fake looking when I compare it to the ones that Adobe generated, but and it's not lengthwise slices. Lengthwise slices. Oh, I took out the word, forgot the word slices. Okay, let's save it. We'll give it, this is number 17. Let's give it one more try. And add the word slices. Center cut. Let's pick that's Canadian spelling. Placemat. That's okay. And with lengthwise slices of zucchini on a plate. Let's see if it'll generate it, or is it going to tell me we're out of tokens? Oh, so I'm getting more tokens than I thought. It's a Saturnalia miracle. So what did I learn from this? I learned that Photoshop does a better job of generating images than let's ask Photoshop to generate the, or maybe I already did that. Let's ask Photoshop to generate the food AI. Did Photoshop generate me a plate of beans? No, Photoshop did not generate me a plate of beans. Oh, we didn't like the plate of beans that Photoshop did, right? There's Photoshop's with the rounds on the side. It couldn't figure out how to deal with rounds of bread. Okay, so did this do any better? No. Second time around is exactly the same. So let's abandon all of this. Let's minimize this, and let's thank you guys for dropping by and see what how I'm going to use some of these images. I say I do like this one here. I'll put the title over it and replace that with the one that we've got. This is much nicer than my own shot. Um, I'll look at that salmon, the Adobe salmon, a little bit more for the um, the salmon picture as well. Um, I'm not happy with the zucchini, but because the zucchini that's actually in the recipe is totally different looking slices of zucchini, and but I think we might be okay there. So let's come back to looking at this. Let me say thank you for dropping by. It's 9:40, and we'll see when I was going to do a recap of sailing in the summer with the boat in the background. Didn't do that. The boat's been winterized. We're happy there. Thank you very much for listening. Are you sure I want to stop streaming?